I know we don't have a lot of information about Giannis's knee at this current point. We know that he didn't suffer any significant ligament damage from that injury in Game 4. But, just to kind of put the spotlight on you here, if you had to make a prediction for Game 5 between the Bucks and the Hawks, who are you favoring in that matchup?
I'm going to lead towards Atlanta with or without Trey, just because I feel like the role players gained a different level of confidence, not only because they won, but because they were without their star. And a player like Cam Reddish dropping 12 or 13, whatever the amount of points that he scored in that game, someone who hasn't played a lot of minutes in this postseason, that's a massive confidence boost for someone who was a former first-round pick to go out there and play meaningful minutes in a postseason game against a great opponent in the Bucks. And again, I feel like the Bucks have a little bit more of an evenly distributed cast that can go out there and give you equal points versus the Bucks are going to really lean solely on Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday to go out there and put up points, because outside of those two players, I don't see anybody else on that team that's going to be an offensive threat to, really win or lose you. Should I say not lose, because a lot of them can lose you a game, but I don't see anybody that can go out there and win you a game necessarily. Brook Lopez hasn't been getting a lot of touches. Who's to say that's because of Giannis? I don't know. But, I mean, Clint Capella is a formidable defender down low, so I can't say that he's going to make a big impact. PJ Tucker's not known for the offense. He's known for sneakers and defense. Coddington is an up-and-down role player. We obviously saw Forbes take off in the first and second rounds and emerge himself as a decent role player. He had one incredible game and then kind of came back down to earth, and he earned his minutes. But as a whole, like I said initially, I think that the Atlanta Hawks, with or without Trey, find a way to take Game 5. And if Trey Young does come back, Game 5 or Game 6, I think Atlanta goes to the NBA Finals and gives Trey Young some time to heal.
Yeah, I think the way that I see it here is I'm going to give a slight edge just to the Hawks because I think they're going to be able to provide more of an offensive output than the Bucks. I mean, even if Giannis was in the lineup, they would have needed him, Chris Middleton, and Drew Holiday to put up a decent amount of points between all three of them. Now that Giannis is out of the lineup, it puts a lot more pressure on Chris and Drew to get it done. And when you combine that with the fact that the role players for Milwaukee has been so inconsistent, not only in this series, but in the playoffs to a larger extent, I just don't know if they're going to be able to generate enough offense to get past Atlanta here. When I look at Atlanta's offense, you have Lou Williams, you have Danilo Gallinari, you have Bogdanovich, you have Kevin Herter, you have John Collins and Clint Capella. All those guys are able to produce offensively for Atlanta. And unless Milwaukee makes this a very gritty defensive game, I just don't really see or give Milwaukee that much of a shot to win Game 5. Now, if they're able to do that, they're able to make it a little bit more grimy, a little bit more of a gritty performance. I think they definitely have a shot to win Game 5. But if I put money on it, I'm going to say Atlanta wins this one by maybe like 5 or 10 points, just because I think they're going to be able to put more points up on the board than I think Milwaukee can. I just think Milwaukee's going to really struggle offensively in this game without Giannis in the lineup.